everybody. We're back. Yeah, my next guest from such films as Men in Black 2 and 25th Hour, starting tomorrow. She'll be seen in the brand new blockbuster movie Alexander. Please welcome Rosario Dawson.
I was all prepared to dance the other day.
Fellas, please.
I was dancing backstage and I was trying to take a peek out here, and they're like, no, no, no. It's supposed to be a surprise. I'm like,
oh, this is very nice. Why are people yelling at you backstage?
I know. I'm like, I'm just trying to dance and have a good time.
What kind of program are we running here where they're screaming at a beautiful woman
My
backstage?
brother's 6'5", you know, he can take on some of you guys.
I'm 6'5" when my hair is up. When it's down, I'm 5'10". Now, thank you so much for being here. I want to ask you first, there's a lot of talk about this movie, Alexander, that on the set, that there was a lot of wild behavior going on because you get a lot of actors together, you put them in a very remote location where you're shooting, and you're there for a long time, that things got a little out of hand. Any truth to that?
Debauchery.
Really?
Absolute debauchery. Yeah,
Let's take a look. Roll it.
Thank goodness there were no cameras. Like, the rumors that came out weren't anything near what was going on. It was pretty great. It was this point my friend came to visit me, my friend Celeste, and was like, who did you just turn into? I'm like sitting there smoking a cigarette. I'm like, get me another beer. It just turned into this whole weird
So there's
thing.
So tell me, like, the men they're walking around in loincloths, and I think it's you and Angelina Jolie are the only two women on the set, really.
Yeah, it was mostly men, and it was, you know, they got very comfortable with themselves and each other going to boot camp with each other. I mean, you know, in history, they actually used to go into war naked, so at least they're not doing that, but they were practicing bareback most of the time with just these little nappies. And they'd be kind of flopping out, like this little, like, pampery kind of, like cloth diaper kind of thing that they would be wearing.
They wouldn't call them diapers, because that would be humiliating. Nappies, right.
They call them nappies.
Time to put on my diaper. Thing? Yeah, that doesn't sound good. So they wear these nappies, and when you say actors are comfortable with their bodies anyway,
yeah.
But how comfortable were they getting?
Like, very comfortable. There was this one point, you know, where I was talking to Jared about this, and
this is Jared Leto?
Jared Leto, yes. Yeah. They had like a moment of like an oasis time where he left the boot camp and came down to the hotel, and he's sitting down talking to this woman, and the entire time he's like adjusting himself, but like not like, you know, guy taking his time adjusting himself, like for like 3 full-on minutes, just like having a kind of go down there.
3 minutes is not adjusting, yeah. Just so you know, adjusting, that's a relatively quick move.
I know.
3 minutes, that's Disneyland. That's like, there's music playing, you know.
I don't know. I mean, I asked him. I mean, I don't think he noticed. And I asked him afterwards. I was like, do you know what you were just doing? The woman next to you was really uncomfortable trying not to say her. He was like, you know, when you're riding horseback and you got a little nappy on, you flop out. After a while, you just stop putting it back in. It's just the guys. I'm like, okay, well, you're going back to civilization at some point, so you're going to have to work on that a little bit.
So his excuse was that he was just around guys so much that he felt comfortable with his hands down his nappy. That's
No. It's because they were all half naked as Morocco in the sun. It was very hot. And
Sure.
Jumping over bonfires and just like, they just got real grungy. They got real...
Right.
It was good.
Right. But you had a good time. It was... Yeah. Now, let me ask you a little, this is just about your life, but I know that you've had, like a lot of actors who are successful, you've had kind of a nomadic existence. You've lived in a lot of different cities. You've never really had a place you could call your home, but you're thinking now about building kind of an unconventional home. Is that true?
Yeah, no, I just had this idea. I don't know what it is. I haven't been to New Mexico, but I'd love to have a house in New Mexico. Mm-hmm. But I'm also not that comfortable with living on the ground floor because I live in New York, and that just seems too accessible to me. So I figured, you know, how could I mix that up? I'd just get a treehouse.
You'd like to live in a treehouse?
This way I could be by myself. I wouldn't have any neighbors, but then I could have my own place and it wouldn't be on the ground floor.
Well, kids in the neighborhood would stop by for graham crackers, probably.
Cool
house, lady! So wait, you'd build a real treehouse. Would you get a real architect? I mean, you're not talking about just like the rest of us had with a rope ladder. You're talking about...
You can get them made for like $6,000, $7,000, like a really nice house.
Right.
But my dad does construction. We're looking at books for the different types of trees to see where I'd like to live according to the tree. And I already have... I'm going to pick out my tree, and then I'll figure out where it actually lives.
Yeah, do you want to research the tree first? You don't want to spend $8,000 on a house, and then it's like, oh, that tree...
scrawny trees everywhere.
Yeah, it's a Charlie Brown tree, and the whole thing goes over. You know what I would do if I lived in New Mexico in a tree house? Is I would get a doorman to sit at the bottom of the tree. That's really cool. A guy in a full coat like that, and anyone that came by the tree, you'd have to give his name, and then they could climb the ladder. That's how I think. That's the kind of thing that I would like.
I don't like someone knowing my comings and goings, though. I'd have to chat with him downstairs all the time. If I was having a bad day, just be like, no, just help me up, and no.
Right. Well, that sounds.
Know my business.
That sounds.
Peeking in the window.
Well, you like adventure. I heard that you went skydiving recently.
Yeah.
I've never wanted to go skydiving. I'm up for some things, but not sky. What made you finally decide to go skydiving?
There was a coupon in my package when I was going to make a movie.
A coupon? What do you mean?
It's like a welcoming package of like, oh, welcome to Hawaii. These are the things you can do. And anyone who's working on the movie gets a 10% discount or something like that. And I was like, cool.
That's... You know, I don't know if I'm ever going to jump out of a plane, but it's not going to be because I'm getting a discount. That's such a funny reason. I mean, you can set yourself on fire. I'm not doing it. 15% off. Yeah! Sign me up. Because then I wonder, what else are they cutting back on? Well, the plane's made of cardboard. Don't worry about it.
No, it was fine. I don't know. It was a funny thing. I'm sure. Insurance-wise,
did you like it? You had a good time?
It was good. It was the only part that was really scary, actually, was jumping out of the plane. I went tandem, but jumping out of the plane, all that stuff was fine. It was actually that moment after you jump out and the pressure that's pushing you up against the body, the gravity starts to pull you down. And just before the latches catch, you actually feel like you're falling.
Right.
And there's nothing around you. And then that's that moment of like... And then you catch, and then you're fine. And we saw what they call a skydiver's halo. We had this like rainbow that was around our bodies that you could see on the cloud, and we poofed through. It was really beautiful. Actually.
And you went tandem means you have a certified like instructor hanging on to you. That's the only way I would do it, because if our chutes didn't open, I want someone to yell at all the way down. 3 more seconds, and then wham, you know. But just get it all out. But that's me. I'm filled with hate. We have a clip here from the movie Alexander. Anything we need to know to help us with this?
This is after we've gone into India, and he started to really, knowing into his career, he was never a drinker or any of that, and now he's kind of become very... he's become an alcoholic. He's get very scared about people around him and very sensitive, and I'm just trying to tell him to get out of there. He's losing his power.
Yeah, Alexander's been, and that's the thing. It's amazing about this movie is you see him take this journey conquering the known world, and it goes and goes and goes. It lasts for years, and people
are 50 battles and didn't lose one.
Yeah. All right,
it's amazing.
Let's take a look at this clip from Alexander. How long you were shooting it for? Months? Is that?
Yeah, we're 3 months in Morocco, 2 months in London, and 1 month in Thailand.
Yeah, it's just a stunning-looking film. Alexander opens tomorrow. Always great to have you here. Thanks so much. Nice to see you again. Rosario, Dawson. Everybody, we'll be right back. Turkey caller Lee Lindemann's here.